flying colors. Every doctor or nurse that came in, I said, well, am I going to be able to get out here in the morning? I got to go to Georgia. I said, well, Judge, you need to be worried about your health. I said, well, I got to go to Georgia. I'm worried about my people, too. I said, y'all done told me I'm all right. Then I passed every test. I said, no, but we want you here. We got to have 24-hour observation. And I said, well, that means I'm going to get out of here until 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Well, no, yeah, we just have to observe you just in case for precaution. And my wife was there. You do enough. You do. I know you love the NAACP, and I love them too, but we got to love you first. I said, well, did you just hear the doctor? He said, I'm all right. So, as you've heard, and when you read my history, you'll know that I have a background of being defiant against authorities. Back in the day, you know, I was defiant against the justice system and against society in general. Outgrew that, or was blessed to overcome that. So now I'm just defiant against what I perceive as injustice. And I thought it would be unjust for me to lay up in that bed after the doctors have told me I'm fine and leave you all hanging. They determined that I was suffering from exhaustion. Gave me some fluids and told me I needed as much rest as possible. So my wife went out to get some food down in the cafeteria. And I said, well, here's my opportunity to make my break. This is an honest story. I snatched all of the tubes out, the IV, put on my clothes, and began to walk quickly toward the elevator when I saw the nurse along with my wife chasing me, telling me to come back. True story. I hopped on the elevator, ran to the hotel, and as I was coming down to catch a cab to go to the airport, my wife was pulling up in the cab. She said, are you crazy? I said, well, I'm crazy about the NAACP. And so I am here today because I couldn't stay away. But unfortunately, I won't be able to greet everyone as I typically do because that will exhaust me more. I'll have to run out and go and hop in the bed and call my wife and tell her I'm in bed by 10:30 now, it'll probably be. But I had to be here because many of you watch my show, and I appreciate you watching, and I thank you. And the cases you see are real, and we get them from small claim courts from around the country. We have researchers go and look up cases that have been filed, and those that seem to have a value of entertainment or interest, we ask the people if they'd like to remove it. Well, we don't want to give you boring stuff. You can turn to court TV and just see the real deal, or go sit down in the courtroom if you want to see something stale. But we are serving as arbitrators. And our decisions are final, just as any other arbitrator. Most judges, or many judges, retire and become arbitrators. And so that's what we essentially are doing. We are arbitrating on the bench. Many arbitrators work in a small office atmosphere or conference room atmosphere. In our case, we wear our robe and we arbitrate from the bench. And those who come before us, they sign an arbitration agreement, as those who have arbitration in other settings do, agreeing to abide by our ruling and making our ruling unappealable. You cannot appeal it. And everyone must adhere to it. And so I have a little fun because it's small claims court, and some of the stuff is really funny. But you know, I thank God that He has given me this platform to use in a manner to make a difference. Because even though I might have fun and play a little bit on the show, when I take off that robe, I become a committed fighter for equal justice. And I do that because I know that there's nothing really funny about what's happening in our community. There's nothing funny about having more black boys in prison than in college. There's nothing funny about the execution of a young man whom has been proven that there is a benefit of the doubt to be given. There is a reasonable doubt established. And as a lawyer and a judge, I can tell you that is the cutting-edge determining factor in a criminal case, beyond a reasonable doubt. If there's a small element of doubt, you cannot convict. All right. Certainly, you should not sentence them to the death penalty.